Welcome to the Tippie Toe podcast, boy. Today, I got a special guest. Let them know what your name is, my dog.
Hey, this Mr. Johnson coming out of that Southwest Atlanta. Been here, you know what it is. How y'all doing?
Stop playing, boy. I had to bring an Atlanta native, boy, because we about to get nosy. We want to hear some stuff. We want to talk some stuff.
Yes,
some
sir.
OG shit for the grown folks, right? So y'all jitterbugs need to fall bite.
Let's go.
Y'all know what's going on. How you feeling today, though, my
Hey,
dog?
man, I'm feeling great, bro.
Stop
How about
playing with
yourself?
it, man.
How
You
about
already know I'm chilling. I'm with you, so we vibe.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on riding these waves with you, bro.
Man, I had to come through, man. You know,
Appreciate it.
being in Florida, you know, I'm in the A. I said I got to get a Atlanta native to let me know about the city, man. Before we start, though, Lucci out.
Yeah.
How you feel about Lucci?
Hey, man. Free Lucci. Glad he out of there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, get back to doing what he do.
Okay,
you know
then.
what I'm saying?
Okay,
For
then.
sure. For sure.
And growing up, I want to ask you, was old Atlanta, because you know it's different. Now you got that
Right.
old Atlanta, you got that new Atlanta.
Right.
Was the old Atlanta like how it is now with just like competition and violence? You know, first it was about the music, but it's like it's deeper than music now, though, dog.
Right. You know, the streets gonna be the streets. You know, the entertainment part gonna be the entertainment. But definitely when I was coming up as a jit, you know, things was a little bit more calmer. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that things didn't happen,
Yeah.
but you know, today compared to way things are today. But I mean, you know, hey, we still running it though. ATL running this.
Fast.
thing.
Do you
For
think that got something to do with like social media, though? Why the so?
Well, social media definitely plays a part in anywhere you come from nowadays. You know that
Facts.
from where you from.
Facts,
You know
facts.
what I'm saying? I mean, that's the fact of it, how social media moves and things like that. It puts things out more broad now. You used to have to go really research for things now, but things at the click of a button now,
You
it's
just
right
see
at
it.
you. You can just see it, sir.
You feel me? But
Yes,
like,
sir.
I know you say like the streets going with the streets and the music going to be, but it's like now they making it together now, though.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, anytime that, you know, you can get the old and the new together and, you know, be successful with it, it's definitely a come up for
Okay,
everybody.
then.
For everybody.
So like, but like take us there, like the old Atlanta, though, like how it was growing up. Like you said, it used to be calmer. Like, oh, was it probably was not seeing what was happening?
Well, I would say like any time, you know, things can happen. But, you know, me coming up, like I said, you know, it was about having fun. You know, everybody just chilling. You know, the city was on fire with
Okay,
things.
then.
You know what I'm saying?
And what you mean by city on fire? Like, what you mean? Like we turning up or on fire? Like,
Well, we turning up.
Okay,
you know
then.
what I'm saying? We turn this thing. We get crunk. We get lit. However you call it. You know what I'm saying?
Before Crunk, what y'all was doing? Because you know, I know Crunk. That's like Lil Jon
Right.
era. Like before that, was
Well, I
y'all-
mean, you know, it was pretty much the Outcast.
Okay, the
You know what I'm saying?
Outkast.
Goody Mob.
Goody Mob. You
know
feel me?
what I'm
Like,
saying?
like take us there. Like back then when the Goody Mob Outkast had the city on fire.
Man, them boys, man. I mean, with Pastor Troy, of course, gotta give a shout out to Pastor. You know
Okay,
what I'm
like,
saying?
but
Pastor Troy.
I don't know. Now I don't
But,
know if y'all racist, but a lot of niggas be like, man, Pastor Troy ain't from Atlanta though.
Well, I mean, you know, anybody who want to rep with us, we down. With
Okay
you,
then.
no
Okay
matter
then.
what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But how
Yeah.
it felt? But it's like back then you had to come to the A to get the, like, maybe that's where all the record labels at was like to get like notoriety, like for people like really get to know you had to come drop them hits in the A.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because we rock with everybody. You know what I'm saying? We give everybody opportunity. You know what
Okay,
I'm
then.
saying? And you know, like I said, we try to be down with everybody. You know, so you know, if you had to come here to rock with it, you know what I'm saying? We don't mind.
You
know,
feel
putting
me?
you on like that, cause we down. Like I said, we down with everybody.
Okay then, and talk about like Pastor Troy when he was going at it. You know, he was taking shots at P, Master P. How you felt about that there?
Well, I mean,
Were you choosing side or you was like, man, I'm rocking with Bodie, boy, I'm rocking with Pat? Like, how you was coming?
well, you know, of course, P, you know, Master P being an icon, he is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, definitely he represented the South for sure. You know, and of course, with Pastor Troy coming out, you know what I'm saying? Pastor Troy, that no more playing GA, bro. That was
Yo,
our
man,
anthem.
that's the turn up.
That was
We were
our
pumping that
anthem.
thing
You hear
back
me?
there,
And we
too.
still will rock with
Yeah.
it to this day. You know what I'm saying?
No, facts,
P,
facts.
you know,
So
like
when
I
you
said,
heard that shit, what you used to think about back then when you ain't no more playing GA?
hey man, I mean, the city would just crunk with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. I mean, that was our city's anthem. You know
Oh.
what I'm saying? The state anthem.
That one said he really made this shit like a GA thing.
Yeah, he did. He did. And, you know, unfortunately, him and P couldn't
Yeah.
see eye to eye on some things. But, you know, P say he a soldier. Hey, we had our own, too.
No,
Our
facts.
own right.
But
Our
like,
own right.
take us to that era though, like what the vibe was like, how the city was like. What we was smoking? What y'all was smoking at that time? Or like what
oh my God, man, we had that old Kush, you know what I'm saying? That perk things like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we was getting, hey, bro, it was on fire. Like I said, we did our thing. You know, everybody all over the city, no matter what part of the city, it was crunk, bro.
No, but you remember before the Kush though?
Oh, you know, it was that old mid, you know what I'm saying, that popcorn, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, that popcorn did the thing. Now. Yeah. Popcorn, like we used to call that like some mid grade or something.
Yeah, that midget, yes sir.
You feel like that loud can hang with that, you know, that popcorn though? What you say? What you say though?
Man, you know, of course to us OGs, you know what I'm saying, the way we were smoking back then, you know what I'm saying, it was just, you know, couldn't nothing, this loud, it's okay, but
what you think about it?
I mean, it's all right, but like I said, I still take back in the day over this today.
Okay, then stop playing. Nah, I remember like when I was to be in the street hustling, bro, I used to tell a nigga, and I got that loud, I got that zone. You got that zoner? Like you got that mid, you feel in Florida, we call it zoner, but nigga, like it's like OG niggas, when they hear you say you got that mid, or like, oh, let me get, because everybody claim they got loud.
Right, but
yeah.
Well, one thing about that mid, though, you know, hey, you
gonna get your money's worth, too.
Oh, yes, you could. Definitely that, man. I mean, that was all over the city. Like I said, the city was vibing just so great at the time. But like I said, everybody's getting older, you know, family and things like that, and say, hey, we just trying to take it one day at a time, 1 minute.
Okay then. So what? How like I know Goody Mob. Well, they was not really on that gangster music. How they came in?
I mean, to me, Goody was, you know, like I said, of course, you know, them boys ran with Outkast and and you know, they was really.
So you could say Outkast put them boys on the map.
I could say they held their own.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying that Outkast didn't have a.
So Goody Mob had their own name before.
Goody pretty much was doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Just Cash just happened to just put everything on.
That's what I was saying. Like on that level, like, were y'all fucking with the Outkast heavy? Because I know, you know, music was different. Like, you feel me? Like, was it like did we fuck with it heavy?
Oh yeah, we definitely, anything that came out of the ATL, man, we were representing it. You know what I'm saying? All the way back to
Outkast had lyrics,
you know what I'm saying?
boy.
Kila IE, you know what I'm saying? We was doing it, bro. We was definitely, like I said, Outkast, Goody, and them. Of course, you know, everybody else brought in, you know, Jeezy, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Raheem Dream, Sammy Sound, the Hitman, all these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Now, like, so like Outkast went commercial, but who from the city, they ain't never go big, but had the city in a chokehold though? Like somebody, you feel me? Like was like a local celebrity, but they ain't get the mainstream Outkast guy.
Well, I mean, we had a lot of low key. You know, what we call low key. You know, they just wasn't on the surface. They was always underground.
Down on underground. Like who we can imagine? Like I was a big dog, but they ain't reached the Outkast level. But in the city of the A though, they had that crowd going crazy. You can't tell them boys nothing.
Hey man, you know, like I said, Sammy Sound, the Hitman.
What's the name was telling me about Sammy Sound from Franchise Boys?
Yeah, Sammy Sound, man.
Like what was his style? What was his style?
Shoot, it just, you know, in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who could relate to it, who's from the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Sammy Sound and them gave it to you.
Okay then. What was your favorite Sammy Sound song though?
Oh man,
you got too many?
I mean, well, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Sound like he got too many.
I mean, man, you took me back on that.
I'm trying. That's what we trying to do. We trying to take it back.
Yes, sir. We taking it back though. I don't mind riding back with you. You feel me?
We gonna reverse this thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But,
so like, yeah, you feel me? Like when was the first time you heard of him though?
Oh, we was always rocking with the mixtapes from King Edward J. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Like I said, these guys, Success and Effect also was a group, you know what I'm saying, that was good out the A. Of course, them Franchise Boys. And
but you know, Franchise, that was new shit.
Well, I mean, you know, I just shout out to everybody
facts.
New or old, it don't matter.
Nah, facts. But at that time though, how they got their music out there? Was it hands on hands? Like,
oh yeah, you know, that was back in the day where folk would give it to you straight out the trunks. You know what I'm saying? We didn't mind buying them straight out. You outside the stove, you know, and you selling, you doing your jug. Hey, we were rocking with you.
Okay then.
You know what I'm saying? We was rocking with you all day.
Okay, then like even the word jug, like you feel me? I hear that, you know, like how that came about down here though.
Well, you know, we like I said, you know, we
Jug
just
could be anything, hustling, grinding,
well,
working.
you know, hey, we know if you like I said, you know, a jewel for a jewel, a hustle for a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's just the way we were doing our thing.
Okay,
man.
then like, but growing up, like, how was niggas jugging around the city back in the days though?
Well, I mean, everybody was. I mean, however you could get, you know, however you could make your money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody was like I said. What if it was selling CDs, DVDs? You know what I'm saying? Things that's such even as T-shirts and socks.
Okay,
you know
then.
what I'm saying? It was just all the play. You know what I'm saying?
And
All
then,
the hustle.
Okay, then, and then like, you can you remember like when crack came into the city, or you too young to even focus know what was going on?
Well, I came up in the era where, you know, it was here a little bit before my time. I mean, but I was young.
Yeah.
But, you know, as I grew up, you know what I'm saying? Yes, of course it was prevalent in the city or whatever.
Like when did you realize you seen, oh man, this shit for real? Like how old you think you was?
Shit, I was probably about maybe 15.
15, and like what was you seeing at 15 that let you know there's some different shit going on?
Well,
were you smoking that weed at that time? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No,
So
man,
you started.
I was about grown when I started.
What time you started smoking weed?
Shit, at 20.
Oh damn! You jumped to that bit late. Okay then. That's good right there.
Yeah,
you focused. Yeah, you feel me?
yeah.
So you feel me? We're gonna get back to that, but like at 15, like you seen people like what you know what you thought they were just high, or you thought they was on some other shit, or you thought was it weed because you was smoking at 15. Like what was going through your mind when you seen this shit at a 15 years old boy?
Hey man, just people just, you know, moving and grooving or however till they do it. You know what I'm saying?
And what's moving and grooving like?
You know, shaking it, like I said, however you call it from where you from. Like I said, it's just hustling and bustling, you know what I'm saying? Moving and grooving, you know what I'm saying?
And what about the smokers though? How they were looking?
Well,
y'all call them J's down here.
What?
No, that's what it is.
Yeah, you
When was
right,
the first time you ever heard the word J?
Around that crack era.
Yeah, what I'm saying. You feel me?
Time. Everybody know what J is.
Yeah, you feel
know
me? Yeah, because we call them smokers where I'm from. I'm like, oh, them boys call them bitches J's.
Yeah, we call them J's all day. You know
So now, like, was it scary at like 15, 16, seeing people on it? Like, oh, it was a common thing in your neighborhood. Like, break it.
Well, I was like, you know, it was just one of those things. You saw it, and then you didn't. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean by that? You saw it and you didn't?
I mean, you know, you would see it. You know what I'm saying? But you may not know just the gist of it unless you was in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And other than that, like I said, you know, people just going about their business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, workers and everything. Don't get it twisted. Everybody ain't just born out.
Yeah. Nah. See, you gotta understand. Back then, when people was on crack, they still had skills, talent. Still went to go get that money on. It's like back then. Crack was like a cigarette, man. After we done did all shit, man. Let me hit that crack. Let's hit that crack real quick. Nah, these new whatever motherfuckers on now. Motherfuckers don't want to do nothing but stay around the corner and just beg.
Yeah.
Back then, a crackhead would go get their money. Go get a hustle. They might have better prices. And you feel me? But motherfucker was real talented. Because like I say, those people that had skills. You feel me? Versus now where I'm like, people don't want to work. They just want to.
You're right, bro.
Yeah.
You're right. It was just about how, you know, just trying to get it however. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, nowadays it's a different thing.
That's why I respect like crackhead. I'm like, these niggas used to hustle. Bitch, cut the grass. Bitch, change the tune up. Bitch, change your whole cars. Everything. Taking niggas out of business.
You just don't see that no more in this time,
this
bro.
new whatever people on now, in the new generation, they don't want to work. They just want to.
They just hand it out.
Yeah, let me get let me get fired. Let me get down. Damn, nigga.
Right. I've even had someone tell me, you know, hey man, this ain't enough.
No.
That's all you got?
Bitch, I would have took my shit back.
Hey, I did. I said, wait a minute, hold up, I got something even better for you. Hey, go ahead on with that, bro.
The head bite.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
don't.
So you had a person told you that's it?
Yeah.
Like what you want? I can't get jiggy with this shit,
bro. I ain't bullshitting, bro.
God damn it, that's crazy right now.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, but you know, we try to look at, you know what I'm saying, the best way we can, but hey, you know it is what it is, bro.
No, facts. But like your era though, like was there like break it down to us, like was the money around or you know was out here trying to survive?
Bro, it was money in the city, bro. No matter where you went to, whatever spots you had to go to get to what you needed. You know what I'm saying? It was prevalent, bro. Money was. It was like it was running over, bro. Cause I mean, it wasn't. You could go out, you know what I'm saying, and go, you know, hit the strip clubs, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Play around a little bit, go burn that money, goddamn, and you can go back to the spots or whatever and get some more.
Okay then. Like what, like that? The money was just floating around like that?
Well, I mean, people might be like, oh, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was.
Okay then.
Yes, it was.
You feel me?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely, folk were getting to the
They were getting to that bag.
Getting to that bag.
Okay
bro.
then. So
getting to it.
y'all turning up, Goody Mile popping.
Yes, sir.
Like how the clubs was though.
Man, club scenes was just off the chain.
Like break it down. Take us there though, dog.
Hey, bro, we had clubs like.
Was it like how it is now? It's all mostly strip club, or it was regular clubs?
We had a mixture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Strip clubs, definitely.
Was like special.
But we had our clubs. We had our like on our side, 731 to the all the way to the 559. You know, called the gate before then.
Okay,
you know what I'm
then.
saying? And you know, we had of course on the bounce off Bankhead. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Go to the east side. You know, Sharon Showcase, like nightlife. You know what I'm saying? Club XS.
Okay,
you know
then.
what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And like at that time, which side was the livest, or was all the sides the livest? Like what? Like even like what side we had to go to turn up?
Well, like I said, me being from the SWATs, you know, I'm gonna rep my SWATs anyway. But
What the SWAT at?
SWAT Southwest Atlanta, bro.
Okay, then Southwest Atlanta. You feel me?
But you know, like Old Natale, Old Natale been popping a long time
Okay,
too. We've
then.
had our clubs, things out here. You know what I'm saying? Pool halls, things like that. Old National always have been a hot spot for us too.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
then.
But like I said, the East Side had theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, for their club XS, sharing showcases, things like that, nightlight. You know what I'm saying?
And I always heard the West Side was the roughest side.
Hey, I mean, hey man, hey, them boys on that West Side ain't playing no.
You feel me? Can you say they was not playing because there was more poverty over there?
I mean, hey man, it was
Poverty
poverty
everywhere?
everywhere. It was poverty
that-
everywhere, but people were still able to
Get
it out the mud.
Yeah.
They were still able to get it out the mud.
Maybe the other side had more grinders.
Oh.
Now, I ain't talking about trapping. I'm talking about like working boys.
Well, I mean, like I said, our city as a whole has always had we've always had our grinders.
Okay then.
Yeah, I can't even front on my city. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
We get it. You know what I'm saying? We get it.
And so while Goody Mob was popping, who else was starting to make wave?
Like I said, of course, after, with Goody and them, like I said, you had, the T.I.s and Jeezus, Gucci Mane.
Oh yeah, by that time it was fun.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a whole different. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Like I said, franchise boys and all them. You know what I'm saying? They were doing their thing.
But what about
D4L?
D4L? Nah, facts.
D4L.
Nah, I fought D4L. But what about like when shit like I like them girls came out like Lil Jon and them boy? Like what time that was?
Oh,
cause that wasn't the music. Cause Jeezy and them boy, shit was like more hustling.
Right.
More like we trapping.
Right.
Like we gonna get to that there, but like what about like when Lil Jon and Eastside Boys was popping? Like what you remember about the era like that? Crunk.
Oh man, like I said, it was that you would hear bumping down the street. You could hear a person coming before you see him. You know what I'm saying? John and them were coming hard.
Okay,
like
yeah.
I said, they definitely them Eastside Boys definitely coming hard.
And what about them cars though? Like
oh man, the old school cars, you already know.
What y'all liking? I know, but see in Florida we like them donks. What y'all was liking down?
Well, we call old school rides, but y'all call the don'ts. You know what I'm saying? We were old school. You know what I'm saying? Boy had them, them 30s on them bowl.
Okay,
you know
then.
what I'm saying?
Well, I think y'all fought them Cutlass too a lot.
Oh yeah, Cutlass.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
The Cutlasses.
Regals.
You know what I'm saying? The 98s, the Buicks. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man, we were big boy.
Yeah. So
Big boy.
like when did you fall in love with it? Or was it ever your thing and not your thing?
Oh yeah, always, man. Cause hey, like I said, that's all we did in the city. You know what I'm saying? And that's what us younger guys wanted to do too.
Okay,
as
then.
well.
That real now.
As well.
And what about the females? Did they go crazy for them big cars, big rims? But was it like? See, I ain't gonna lie. Around my way, bruh, niggas was getting killed for them rims, boy. Hey, I'm talking about like back then, nigga will kidnap you like for your rims. That's how Shining was so.
Well, I mean, it was one of those things where you had to watch where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, they might...
Nigga take the whole car.
Take the whole car. You know what I'm saying? I had a cousin who had one, Oldsmobile, you know what I'm saying? Riding on those 52s.
Yeah.
Had his car taken.
No, what he was at?
Shit, he was at the crib.
They took it...
At the crib.
At the crib.
At the crib, bro.
They done Tippie Toe over there real slow. God damn, because you ain't hear nothing?
He ain't hear nothing, because other than that, they would have heard something. You know what I'm saying? But they caught him slipping that night.
Damn.
Caught him slipping.
You was there when you heard that shit?
No, I wasn't there, but he called
me.
That's like,
that's like you losing a baby right
hey,
there.
bro, I've had somebody to hit me, too.
No!
You know
what they took?
He just broke in it, couldn't crank it.
Yeah.
But just the fact of it, because I had an old school car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they did this,
So down here, y'all was going through the same thing, like, nigga wanted that.
Yeah, and would come forward if that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I had a homeboy that did like 15 years, brother, and I thought about it. I'm like, damn, this nigga went away for 15 for just some rounds, bitch. It's like when you think about it, it's like, bitch, that was not worth it, bitch.
No, man, man.
But when you 18, you trying to shine too.
Yeah, man.
Not thinking like, is this shit really worth me coming out this age?
Right. Because it was always somebody you saw that was, one of the, the OGs you saw that you wanted to, you wanted to do the same thing or something close to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
And that's another thing too. Like back in the days, like it was the older cats stunting. They looked at weird when a nigga 18, 19.
Yeah.
Like was already riding big.
Yeah, and I mean, which... You know.
You
Where you from, it was some young ones out here.
Yeah, it was some young ones, yeah. But it was more OGs,
Yeah,
niggas
of course, the
30s,
OGs were definitely
turning up, 27, 40, going up. You feel me? 50s, like, when you start seeing a nigga, it's like, it's more pressure on the young niggas. Now the other young niggas looking like, oh, we got to get that.
Right.
You feel
me?
You feel me? Hell, now how this nigga stunting like this here?
Hey, bro, that's how it was, though. That's how it was, though. That's exactly how it was, my bro.
You feel me? And then a lot of people talk about like you say with the G's. Do you remember when the BMS and stuff was down here?
Oh yeah.
Was it money? Like what you used to hear about them boys?
Well, I mean, used to hear them boys used to turn up everywhere they went. You know what I'm saying?
You ever been in the club and heard them boys was in there too?
No, I had never been in the club at the same time. But you hear the stories. You know what I'm saying? The boys was definitely turned up. You know what I mean? They were definitely turned up.
I used to hear about the boy. I remember I was legit, right?
Right.
My dog had this ring, right? He was from the pond. I'm like, man, they ain't finna give you no money for that shit, man. Let me get that shit. So the shit said BMF on it, like with a hand. But remember, I ain't know who them niggas is.
Right.
So I used to, hustle low trees, whatever. So the female scribbles like, damn, I ain't know you were BMF. I said, BMF? I said, who that is? He's like, man, that ring you wearing? Them niggas be coming down here, they be throwing money.
Right.
They be whooping.
Right.
I'm boy some serious ass. I'm like, you feel me? So now, I ain't stunning, cause them stripper hoes, you feel me? So one day I'm at the barber shop.
Right. I'm
getting a haircut.
Yeah.
He about his dread. Dre say, damn, bro, you BML? I said, bro, this the second time I done heard this shit, man. Like, who the fuck is that? He like, man, them niggas there. Them boys getting money on, they don't play. I say, nah, man, so I'm telling him my dog was about to pawn the ring.
Right.
And I bought it for my dog for like $200-300.
Right.
Man, as he cutting my hair, cause I'm like maybe 19.
Okay.
My dog motherfucking tapped my shoulder.
Right.
Let's see. You feel? Like he ain't had to say nothing. But how you said that, I went in the car. I just throw that bitch in the little, what they call a little cuff thing.
Cup holder?
Yeah, like on the side.
Right.
I just tossed it in there. Ain't never wear that bitch. I said, boy, cause though he talk like, boy, like this like a family, a gang type shit. You feel me? And if you ain't with it, don't be representing something. Right. And I just thought buying the ring, that look cool. You feel me? So I ain't know like Dumbo was serious, like really making they mark state to state, like getting on, bitch.
Right.
You feel me? So what you used to hear about, like BMF, especially that's where they made a big mark at. You feel me? And then, I heard the city embraced it because them boys came showing love, breaking bread and trying to put. You feel me? And that's something you don't hear too much.
No. No, you don't. I mean, pretty much for the most part, from what I've heard.
Yeah,
you know
what you
I'm
heard,
saying?
what
'Cause
you
like I
heard.
said, you know, I'm been from all of that stuff like that and so forth. But heard they was doing big things, you know, around the city. You know, everybody who messed with them, they was on and popping like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was on and popping. So, you know, and they did show love. You know what I'm saying? Came into the city. Of course, the city adopted them as one. So, you know, representing, trying to come down here, and they were represented, bro.
Okay then. I was watching a couple BMF show, but cause you know I'm from Broward County,
Okay.
but I heard the Miami boys came down here. Did you ever hear about that, or do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah, that was definitely. I definitely came up in that area.
Let me know. You cause so you
I
came up
definitely
in
came
there,
up in
man.
that
You know I
area.
got my
I definitely
popcorn. I got my
came up.
invisible popcorn. You can't see. You gotta let me know something. Like what was going on though?
Oh man, it was just one of those things, man, where you know, hey, just like any other city, you just ain't finna come in and just take over like that.
But why?
And
But
them-
why niggas like gravitated or migrated to the like they must have drove through and seen some money on over here.
Hey man, I mean, you know, cause we was city, you know, we were doing our thing just pretty much like how y'all were doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? And Miami wanted a piece of it.
No, I'm on that. I'm on one little piece of that thing. You feel me? So they probably ain't come on that big meat level though. They came on some. But we're gonna do our own thing.
Pretty much.
Now you can't be doing that in nobody's territory.
Hey, bro, you
Like,
know.
you feel me? Like, but like you said, you came in the air. Like, what you used to hear? Like, did you did you know anybody else to get into it? Like, what you heard?
I mean, hey, bro, they used to get at it out, you know. They used to get active, as they call it out there. You know what I'm saying? When certain people saw certain people, you know, it was on and popping, right?
On site.
It was definitely on popping, bro.
Damn.
Yes, sir. You know, unfortunate situation, but hey, like I said, like anywhere else, you gotta show your respect.
Yeah, you gotta
have your respect.
Like what you saying? Like what you think they should have did? Like Miami boys coming up here, like come in and try to break. Like how you would have played? Let's say you a Atlanta nigga, you go to North Carolina. But you got that work though. How you would have played it? You know, just allegedly speaking.
Gotta just pretty much probably gotta get with the big dogs.
Yeah.
And, you know, and sit down and see what you
before you
know
even bring the product. Go have a meeting.
Bro, you gotta sit down with folk and
See if a
what's
nigga's okay with it.
That too. You know what I'm saying? See what the vibe is.
You feel me? Go smell the vibe, go peek the vibe.
Yes, sir. Because other than that, if you just call yourself just gang busting up on people, things can happen. Situations happen.
No, fast.
Oh,
What's it like? Yeah, man, because I supposed me and Big Fat because to sit down. But Big Fat.
Yeah.
We're supposed to sit down and talk about that shit. So whenever you get some free time.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like how long was like you was hearing about like how you heard about
What the Miami thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, you know, hey,
Like,
word
spread
fast. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got your little spots and things like that set already up, bro. Yeah, the word got around the city quick that we had some folks trying to
get some out of towners.
Yeah, so things led to another, and things was happening around town. You know what I'm saying? You know, they was definitely, like I said, getting it popping.
But was they making the city hot, or was
they
or
was
Latin nigga making it hot by retaliating? Like
well, I mean, it made the city hot. Period.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, here you have some people coming from out of town. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get down and
trying to get down on their good money on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
You feel me? Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard about that shit, so I just want to ask questions about that.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Yes, sir.
And one of the main things too, we gotta bring it up though, like the Freaknik, dog.
Oh.
Like when was the first time you ever heard about a Freaknik, bro? And I heard stories as this shit been going on,
bro.
So you gotta let me know.
Let me give you a little script. I mean, I know you probably done heard. Or
no,
whatever,
you got. I want to hear what I'm not right now. I'm trying to hear what
bro,
you gotta say,
bro. You want to talk about a phenomenon? Freaknik, bro. When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying.
First time you ever heard it?
First time I heard it, you know what I'm saying. About 15.
15, young
you know what
nigga.
I'm saying, 15.
What you know about the Freaknik at age of 15 though, dog?
So, but like I said, it was just one of them things because of, just still being a jit. Didn't really get the gist of it till, let's say, about 17, 18. Yeah.
But at 15, before we got to 17, 18, what you hearing at 15 though?
Oh, that things, just pretty much it was like the college kids was just doing whatever, however, whatever. But by the time I turned 17, 18, man, went to the first one, bro.
So your first experience was 17, 18.
Right.
What made you go? Like,
man, like I said,
and homeboys
shit,
going?
everybody,
Everybody
like I
get
said,
your roll on.
the word just it spread it
Like,
because
you ain't going to Freaknik?
because it came from one. It started with one thing and just ended up expanding to a whole nother, bro. And when I say expanding to a whole nother, I mean, like I said, when you think about Freaknik, and anybody who's been to Freaknik can vouch for you. I mean, for this, that I'm saying, when I say traffic. At standstill. A 20-minute ride.
Turn to what?
3 hours.
3
4
hours.
hours.
4 hours.
If not more than that, bro.
Damn, trying to get there.
Trying to get there.
But where are we trying to get to though?
I'm be honest with you. Hey, the thing was trying to get to the colleges.
To the college.
You know what I'm saying?
Any
The AU.
college?
Yeah, the AU.
That was the AU.
In Clark, Atlanta, Morehouse, Spelman. You know what I'm saying? Moby.
But it was not like every college thing.
Not at every college, but it was black colleges. Thing.
Different black colleges? Or?
Right. It was just the different black colleges getting together for things for the kids. Let's say for the children who, let's say for the kids, the students that were, they didn't go home for spring break.
Yeah.
Things like that. But, yeah, man, I went to that first one, bro, and it was, oh my God.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like I said, man, it was partying anywhere. You was on the highway stuck.
Yeah.
When I say stuck, ain't no use in keeping your car running. Turn that car off.
Turn that thing off.
Turn it off. If your car wasn't, what we call a hoopty, if you was even in a hoopty, you would just get somewhere, post up, bro. It can post up for hours and chill. That's how it was. And like I said, it wasn't no particular area, bro. It would be everywhere. It was just all over the city, bro. Yeah, North, east, south, and west. And then, I mean, when it all came to a head, bro, it was just like
y'all ain't meet up nowhere. Oh, we could be having fun over here. They could be having fun over there.
Yeah, just like how Old National.
Yeah,
Old National could be just.
The whole thing is full.
It's on fleet.
So nigga just all over.
It's all over, bro.
That side across the street.
I'm telling you, bro. It was one of those things, man. You could duplicate, but you can never authenticate that Freaknik, bro.
So take us there. You 17, 18, you at the Freaknik. What's on your mind and what you trying to do? Is you just having some fun but we looking for some pussy?
Hey, man.
I want to know. Now, take us there now. You got to take us there, man. It's nobody.
I mean, it was just one of them things, man. You just try to get out there in it. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, we had pages or beepers or whatever you want to call it. Hey, so but that people go to going off. Because, man, like I said, the week of the Freaknik was a news headline itself. The week leading up the Freaknik weekend, bro, I mean, it was top news.
Yeah.
It was top news. And I mean, the kids, the students would once again.
Was it a summer thing?
No, it was a spring thing.
A spring thing. So every spring,
Freaknik. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, man, everybody who, any of these, young folk who about between their mid-20s to their mid-30s, you got a parent who was at the Freaknik.
Okay, then.
You had one.
Okay,
trust
then.
me.
You feel me?
Man, that thing, like I said, you didn't get no sleep.
You ain't getting no
we
sleep.
Ain't get no sleep. We ain't get no sleep.
Like when we sleeping the next day, or we ain't sleeping at all?
You might go home and get you about 3 or 4.
And come right
and then, like
back.
I said, them beepers and pages get going off. Hey, man, what's up? What's the deal? Hey, we trying to get back in this. Get back in. You just got out of traffic.
Yeah.
To go try to finna hurry up and go get back in it. Everything was on lockdown, bro. Like I said, our major highways. I had never ever seen. Of course, you deal with the traffic and stuff like that. But no, I'm talking about where you're not going.
Yeah.
Nowhere, bro.
You stuck.
You stuck.
And you enjoying being stuck.
And I'm telling you, it was a party anywhere. Whether you was on the street, the main streets, the side streets, however, in the cuts, everything was all good. It was all to the good, bro.
So like, Freaknik fun is lit. When it start getting dangerous though.
Well, after a while,
because I heard it got to where grown niggas started popping up.
Well, I mean, you know, everybody would mix and mingle in the freak.
So freak, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was like I said, it was just one big
This was everybody need to be at.
You wanted to be there.
We ain't missing that.
You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those type of things. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like any good thing, you know, something always, you know. But that year you went, it was Gucci. Yeah. I mean, most of the time every year that I went, pretty much to the most part to it dwindled down because once we got once we ended up getting the Olympics and everything, man, that kind of iced that.
What that mean? Oh, what you mean by that?
That iced.
What you mean Olympics? What you mean?
When we had got the Olympics back in '96,
so they started coming.
They started trying to prepare the city for that.
Yeah, the police gonna shut shit down,
bro.
This is too much money involved with the Olympics.
GLP, all that trying to get off the highways, they had all the exits blocked off.
So I know about that shit. They be doing that in Florida too.
Oh really?
Like certain you know
events.
Shit that been going on for 5-6 years.
Right.
Every year they got new tasket and they get more stricter. Right. But you got to party over here.
Right.
Well, y'all niggas looking like that. Y'all can't even go in here. Like,
right.
Your car can't even turn in there no more because
that's how it ended up being. But as far as like you said, the dangerous.
Yeah, when you start hearing.
As far as you know,
what kind of dangerous stuff you used to hear though?
Well, I mean,
because you guys said niggas was horny.
Yeah, I mean,
Freaknik started sounding like where I'm gonna go fuck them hoes getting wild off the chain. That's how niggas start thinking now.
But see, through it all, you gotta still have restraint.
You can't.
Still gotta have restraint because, like I said, through all that madness, you know, you end up taking away the fun from it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I said, you know, people started, you know, of course, you know, not able to contain themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
they
you
saw
mean
certain things,
you
know, because I mean, the girls would be out there,
drunk,
you know, having their fun and everything, you know, trying to, you know, just make fun of things, but. You know, people wanted to take it and escalate it into other things.
She loose, not knowing she just having girls just want to have fun.
They were just out there trying to have fun, just like everybody was out there trying to have fun.
Like the song said, girls just want to have fun.
Yes, sir. Cindy Lauper, you know it.
You feel, man?
You know it.
So like, but was it like when did it get started like shooting and shit like that? Did they ever get to that level? Oh. It was under control.
If it
you know
was
niggas
shooting,
now.
But I'm saying if it was shooting, it might have been isolated type of situations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But wherever I was at and out with my folks, everything seemed to be, you know, cool. Yeah. You know, like I said, don't get me wrong, they'd see some stuff, they'd swarm it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it wouldn't get to a point to where, you know what I'm saying? Or if it did, it was so low key, we never knew about it until things just got to a point to where it wasn't no low key with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And what you mean by it ain't no low key?
When I say if it was isolated incidents, you know what I'm saying? You might not have heard about. It got past all that. You start hearing everything. You know, people. You know about people having people blocking their driveways. Things like they couldn't get into their house.
Oh no, that's a problem.
You know, people urinating and everything in their yards and all kind of stuff like that. So
people was on boy. They didn't care about nobody's yard, no nothing.
Nothing, bro. Nothing. Messed that all the way up.
Damn, it was going down.
But like I said, though, my city was on fire, bro. Like I said, them students were coming in thing. Like I said, on a Wednesday. Until that Friday. By Thursday, you start seeing the traffic kind of really bustle up. You know what I'm saying? On that Friday afternoon, it was wide open, bro. The club spots was open, wide open, everything. But like I said, everything was outside.
So clubs ain't making no money inside.
Oh, they were making some money. Because like I said, man, we had people from all over coming down here.
Yeah,
I seen Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
License plates down here, bro. So yeah,
was hearing about that Freaknik.
They was hear about that Freaknik.
Niggas was horny.
Hey man, they was all
they
on.
Like boy, them hoes is just outside butt boogie. Yo, can you imagine what certain niggas was hearing? Like, boy, this where you need to be at.
Yeah, and it was, bro. And you did not come to Freaknik without getting that Freaknik T-shirt to let the world know that you had been here. For real, man. Folks was out there with they big video cameras with the VCR tapes.
Come on now.
Everything, man. Like I said, it was a phenomenon, bro. And like I said, you might duplicate, but you could never authenticate that Freaknik, bro.
And then back then, bitch ain't mind being on that camera.
No, they didn't. We going viral, like I said, bro.
Internet.
Hey, man, and that was before the net.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way before that, bro. Like I said, we was in the beeper era, bro. The pager era, whatever you call that thing. You know what I'm saying? What you had to go, you might have to go make that phone call at the payphone. Like, hey,
What poppin' though?
What's really happening?
Nah,
you know
hell yeah, man. So man, like, can you say that was like some of the best time in the city?
Oh yes, for sure. For sure, man. I mean, I'm quite sure from where you from. Y'all had gatherings and things like that. Y'all had y'all thing.
I just seen it like a lot of shit that was lit. They slow that shit down because niggas don't know how to act.
Well, of course.
You
know what I'm saying?
man?
Like I said, and then, the generator, everybody don't know how to, get that torch and carry it like it's supposed to be, for the next, for the next, and for the next.
Because the police don't care about low fights. It's when them shootings don't happen.
Yeah, man, because that takes, that takes the fun out of everything. Like I said, a little junkyard scuff, okay, whatever. You can get that. Yeah, you can get that and deal with that and it be gone. But other than that shooting and, all kind of other, little tactics and things like that. No, you can't have that if you trying to have fun, my bro.
You feel me? You feel me? So, dog, Freaknik was off the chain, though, man. Like I said, I be watching some videos on YouTube, like damn, because they upload them same VCR tapes on YouTube now. So it's some mamas out there, niggas can see their mamas.
I said, bro, like I said, anybody in age, you know what I'm saying, from 25 to 35, bro, you got a parent who's
in that thing.
There at that Freaknik, for sure.
So now, take us down like Gucci, Jeezy, T.I. era, though, bro.
Man.
When the dope game.
Man.
You feel me? What you was jamming? What you had going on?
I was jamming all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Who you liked it the most, though? Because at that time you had T.I. really was that nigga at one time.
Yeah, Tip got it jumping.
Going crazy.
Tip got it definitely jumping.
Then Jeezy came out of nowhere.
Jeezy and Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Them boys, like I said, man, hey, everybody, we support who rock our city, bro.
How to say, like,
for sure.
Like growing up, see, I ain't know Jeezy ain't from the A. Like when he made that song "Peace Up," A-Town down, did anybody feel some type of way? Because when I talked to some of the artists,
no, because that's something where
as a fan, niggas gonna be good.
Fan,
but some of the artists,
niggas
felt some type of way. Like,
really?
Yeah, because like I say, you understand, like the Atlanta, bro, it's like how niggas represent Miami. The niggas from Miami be like, man, but we ain't from Florida, we from Miami. That's how some niggas in Miami rep Miami, bro. Man, they feel like Miami is separated from the whole
thing.
Yeah, just like I heard Atlanta niggas say, man, I'm from Atlanta, man. I don't know about this Georgia shit. I'm from there. I'm like, God damn. Niggas like the A separated from, because you gotta understand, like the A was like the Mecca. Right. Just like Miami, like that was like on the down south. You feel me? Like Mecca of the music and shit. Yeah, so it's like, you feel me? Like nigga, like I hear nigga be like, damn, man, Jeezy ain't from that. You feel me? What's the name? You feel? I'm like, damn. Because sometimes I feel like it's not where you from, it's what you rep.
And that's my thing, too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm down with anybody who down with us. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they go with me. Okay, always have been. Yes, that's why I say, hey, I don't care where you from, this where you at.
No, facts.
Where you at.
But what about when Shawty Low, like I said, came through that shit? Like, how that was to you, though?
Hey, man, Shawty Low was cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once again, I'm a ATL head to the day I ride out of here. You feel me? And I support everybody. I'm not worried about your beefs and everything like that. I worry about how you rep this thing called this ATL, bro.
Nah, facts. You feel me? But like, I don't know you remember, like, Moretta? That's the female that made the song That's Not Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that song made a whole bunch of controversy. Like, that, I feel that's why she ain't really take off, too, because, like, what's the Atlanta, dog? Because I feel like, I thought if your ID say Atlanta, Georgia on it, that's Atlanta. But I'm hearing...
Well, Fulton County.
Yeah.
Fulton County is Atlanta.
Yeah, somebody told me the South Side not Atlanta.
I mean, everybody have their...
I thought your ID say Atlanta, Georgia on it. You from Atlanta?
No, I mean, like I said, we set up by counties. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got their little spots in the county. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, if you want to rep the whole county, that's up to you. But if you want to rep your spot in that county, then that's cool too.
Because some people say if you ain't got no zone in your shit, you're not Atlanta.
Hey, man, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school. Like I said, bro, we ATL, you ATL, we ATL.
Like I done had some people tell me, Outkast ain't, where Outkast from?
Oh,
I had somebody told me Yang Yang Twins not Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they from College Park. So I'm like, damn, College Park ain't.
Well, I mean, like I said, bro, everybody, in this,
legit.
we right, it's all under that Fulton County
Yeah.
umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we growing up, we wasn't saying we wasn't doing that.
Yeah, that wasn't the music.
Right. Music, shit,
So what it is,
represent Atlanta, we was
the music when you hit through that 8 sound.
Right. But I mean, everybody had a different things of how they, see things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm in Atlanta, we're Atlanta.
Okay, then.
You inside Fulton County, period. That line, the biggest Fulton County is too. We consider that. But like I said, everybody had a preference nowadays.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
And what about, man, Thugger came home, though, like, you feel me? Like, how you felt like hearing, like damn, niggas really was locked up and stuff?
Hey, man, it's just one of those things. You have to get to it and get through it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe and hope for the best.
You feel, man?
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, like, see, where I'm from, though, bro, the jailhouse, bro, see, in prison, it's different. But the jailhouse, ain't no lighters coming through that bitch. I hear y'all jailhouses down here off the chain, boy. I heard y'all jail is preparing you for prison for real. Like, it's like a baby prison, like, this was about to happen when you get, because I done seen, like, it was one dude, he a promoter, but the nigga was getting slapped in the jailhouse, and them niggas had a cell phone. I said, that's the jailhouse? I say, bro, that's a chain gang. Like, how the jail so corrupted down here like that?
Hey, bro, it's like...
All right, they got knives over there?
It's like, hey, bro, everywhere. But like I said, I was coming up in my area, it wasn't nobody...
Listen, man.
Couldn't nobody walk around the jail with no beepers or none of that shit, bro.
But you ain't getting a lot in that bitch.
None of that.
None of that. That's how... I don't know if the jail's so new, but they just got that bitch on lock.
I think, man, it's the way they doing things.
Down here, they saying niggas lining up cigarettes.
Yeah, bro.
Niggas making knives.
In jails coming up, that I was coming up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have heard of
no shit like that.
You wouldn't have heard of nothing
they
like that,
were trying to go home.
What, need that pre-trial, wasn't trying to get bound over to the right street. I
know you hear about how the jail be and shit.
Man, yeah, bro. I mean, like I said, I don't know what they got going on now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was, like I said, coming up in nowadays, bro, man, I was in jail.
Yeah.
You was in jail, bro. It wasn't none of this, we cooking and look at these niggas.
Dog.
I was like, these niggas are some jailhouse celebrities. But a lot of these jail we guys in the counties, bro, they was doing like 5-10 years before they even went down the road, bro.
Dog.
That's why they was already conditioned by the time they got down the road. But like I said, we dudes sitting up in the county for 5 to 10 years.
That's crazy.
For real.
Yeah, sitting down, waiting. But it's like, I'm like, when I heard that shit, I said, boy, Georgia trained you to get ready for prison. I don't know.
I heard the prisons now. The prisons ain't no joke.
Way worse.
I heard the prisons ain't.
Yeah, but when you start seeing that gang shit, because we from the South, we ain't really into that gang shit.
We've always been about our hoods.
When you seen the blood and Crip shit came about, like when you start seeing that with your identity, these niggas gang banging flags for real.
Shit, probably the early 2000s.
Like one of the first times you seen it, because I even heard you say, "Bitch, I got my Crip flag," and I know Gucci and them was on that blood thing.
Well, I mean,
what you was seeing?
Like I said, they probably pretty much came along once they, came along. Because other than that, like I said, Atlanta was always about our hoods. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had a few little, things going on down by Law, ABC. Little gangs like, little factions of stuff like that. But it wasn't nothing as big as the Crips, and the Bloods, and things like that. Like I said, we was always about repping our hoods.
Okay, then.
No doubt, to the fullest.
No, facts. So, man, but I know, man, like I say, what you feel like is a difference, though, from the old Atlanta to the new Atlanta? And how they even came back? I see everybody saying the new Atlanta. You remember, like, the rich homie, the thug area, your young thug area, like you say, that snap, I ain't gonna lie, that snapping vibe, franchise, boy, D4L, though.
Oh, yeah, man. Everybody,
crazy.
Them boys would turn up. You hear that song coming on. Everybody, I don't care where it was at. You know what I'm saying?
It was going down.
Them
songs went left the United States, bro.
Yeah.
China, all that shit.
That's why I say the ATL, we do well, bro. We rep. You know what I'm saying?
ATL took it to another level.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Even some of, like, the local artists has been on BET.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, even they local niggas been on BET.
Hey, bro.
Back then, in Florida, you make it BET, you done
Really got.
You feel me?
Really
Hell, you got niggas that they first little light runners still big runners.
You really
You
on.
feel
Really
me?
on.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yes, sir.
yeah, man, that shit crazy though, bro. Like, what you say? Like what, when you see like all these artists is like dying off these drugs, bro. Like the drugs ain't safe no more, bro. Like, bitch, they saying weed. They say they putting fentanyl in the weed. Now I'm like, damn, that's true.
Man, it's like everything we dealing with in life is bad for you, bro. The water bad, the food bad.
So that's what I'm saying. So when a nigga say that, what can you really do? Food ain't no good, water ain't no good. So why we tripping about the drugs?
Well, the thing is to me, even with that, with the drug thing, man. I mean, man, just smoke you some reefer.
Yeah, boy, you read that, man. I was telling myself, I heard that with the other day, reefer, little hoe. I was like, reefer, bitch, that's not like a 5 for the dub.
If that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I'm not advocating, you know, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? That stuff, like all these pills and all that, man. We didn't like growing up. We didn't go in the medicine cabinet.
Yeah,
we
what
just
I'm saying.
didn't fool with it. We just didn't fool.
See,
with
where
it.
I'm from, bro. Those what we sold to the white folks. How the fuck it became cool? Percocets, they gave the nickname Perk. They on oxycodone.
Right.
Like, dog, me growing up, what they call them shits again? Damn, what's that other little one? They Xannies? Those ain't for us, bro.
No, bro, but you know, everybody wants to start taking this prescription stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is prescribed. This ain't something that you could just, you know, this ain't even just off the counter, you know, type over the counter type stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this stuff is, it's putting people away too.
But where you was when them ecstasies was popping though? You remember it?
Just working.
Just working.
Just working. You know what I'm saying? Just working and just, you know, just trying to stay low and stay out of the way.
I used to be at the club, bro. I used to see young niggas, dog. Like, we at all age parties, bro. Niggas 15, 16 hoes. You thinking they dead how they in the club.
So what you think about that?
Which one?
When you would see these young men just passed out in the club, what was your thought process?
And it was scary, bitch. Like, cause like you thinking you don't know these niggas dead or not, then you know you see that same person outside, they just trying to throw water on him and just or her trying to get her right. But guess what? Next week they bike on it again.
It's wild, man.
Cause it was new. It was like
right.
yeah,
New thing.
I remember back then them pills were stronger.
I don't know what's going on with them now. They fake now.
I don't know what's going on, but nigga extra
fake?
popping. You know, back then niggas have like my dog used to have one big pill. They might bust that bitch 4-way and be good all day on that low pill. Nah, nigga, I know niggas that pop 10, 12 I'm in a day.
In a day?
I say, God damn, bro.
Man.
And now it's not the pill that's killing them, it's the fentanyl. Like, what the fuck is that, dude?
Bro.
Where that came from? Niggas rap about it. I'm saying that fentanyl, dog, like, what's going on?
Like I said, man, like I said, what happened to some good reefer and a shot of gin?
Yeah.
Or something, you know what I'm saying, to put you in.
Yeah, nah, niggas on the lean.
Something that I can't, I've never been with that type of any substances, man, where I can't control myself, you know what I'm saying? Can't, you know, stay focused about what's around me, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. I mean, like I said, you could get drunk back in the day and I might just, if nothing, go in your pocket or something like that. But now, well, you might wake up dead.
Yeah, fact, don't wake up. But what you feel about this though? As a young nigga, right? We always used to hear they say weed's a gateway drug to other drugs. I don't know. What you think?
I have to disagree.
Degree, ain't it right?
I have to disagree with that because having a chance to really be out here in this world and experiencing things, man. I know people who didn't even smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? They went straight, cocaine. Went straight to the cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, if they say that's the gateway, then explain to these people who are all on these pills and stuff at 14 and 12.
Like, okay, you brought up a perfect example. Cocaine, right? For some reason, we think that's not good. Who made pills okay? It's like I don't do no cocaine, but I do lean and I do perk and I do oxycodone. I'm like, who made that? I said, you said it like it's okay.
Bro, it's crazy how it goes, how these stages go. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we ain't gonna get them. We can't get them all the way with this. We finna put them on that. It's like it just go from one cycle or something. Cause what's gonna be next? That's the question.
Man, I was in Florida, man, before when Kodak was first blowing up. That flocking. I don't know if you heard about flock.
I heard about it.
Man, I watched. This shit was worse than crack, bro. I watched niggas that were hustling, shriveled up. I watched hoes that were fine, shriveled up like first because they smoking with their cigarette. They put in their cigarette.
Okay.
And they smoke it. I'm like, because first they thought first it was Molly,
right?
And then and then now somebody came up with this the Molly you smoke. This ain't the Molly you eat. So people not knowing that crystal meth, so they smoking crystal meth and started tripping out, bro.
I mean,
remember that Molly era was off the chain.
Yeah.
Everybody was chewing up the Mollies, man.
Yeah, bro. It's just like I said. It just go from one cycle to the next, bro.
But you know, once the artist is talking about it, it's cool.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? If the artist talking about it, you know, of course the fans, you know what I'm saying, they gonna kind of, you know, they gonna leech on to it. So and there we go. There we go.
It's all over now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That shit crazy, man. And I already know you said you got something. You about to start cooking up too, man. Before we get out of here, what's up with the podcast? You about to start cooking up?
Oh yeah, man. You know, Let's Talk 101. It will be coming soon. Better believe that.
And what made you come up with that name? Let's Talk 101. That's how you say it, right?
Yes, sir. Just a thing, you know, concept of, you know, just being able to talk, just like how we sitting here talking.
Nah, fat. I was like, let me bring you on here so we could crank up one time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Like I said,
yo, appreciate you too,
bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, trust me, you will see us again.
Okay, then, man. You already know, man. Y'all know what time. Let them know who my guest was one more time.
Mr. Johnson out of the ATL.
Don't say Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
Stop playing,
Yes,
man.
sir.
You already know what time it is, man.
Hey.
And what side you from again?
I'm from the SWATs.
Oh, from the SWATs.
Southwest Atlanta.
So
Big Hill, you know
that's
what
a slang
it
name
is.
for SWATs.
Yes, the SWATs.
Stop
you know
playing,
what I'm saying?
man. Y'all
Big
know what
Hill.
it was, man.
You know what
Tippie
it
Toe
is.
podcast,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate my guests for coming through.
Appreciate you, my dog.
Man, you already know we had to turn up,
Yes,
touch
sir.
that nose. Till next time, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. Look, you ever in Atlanta, man, stop at Lost in the Sauce.
Yes,
Get
sir.
you some wings, some sliders, some sauce. We gonna get you up.
Let's
And
get
you
it.
already know, go money grill, put your money where your mouth is.
Yes, sir.
Please, turn
Yeah.
up, stop playing with it.
Let's go.
Getting money, serving glee like the nigga off Tippie Toe.